Well, good evening, Unity North. It's Reverend Julie, and we are here at Rumi in the Garden. This is our third outdoor meditation experience, and we are really excited, and we are so happy that you're joining us through the airwaves. We will be celebrating all the poetry of Rumi tonight. As I'm sure you know, he's a 12th century Sufi poet. We'll also be celebrating Hafez. We have music by Sonia Osio, we've got drumming, we've got guitar, we've got poetry. It's going to be a really, really wonderful experience. We're going to get going in about 2 or 3 minutes. So for now, the fly blew in my ear. So for now, we are going to walk around. You can take a look at everybody that is social distancing and enjoying. You can get a drink, sit back and enjoy. And we are just glad that you are joining us.
This shirt, man, it's like an old-time hippie shirt.
One of the things I did the other day, so at the very end of practice, like scrimmage,
Yeah.
and ball was good. Someone ball was good. That was pretty far. So I just decided to run for it. Right now. They're like running the ball.
Focus the camera down for 20
She's
minutes.
gonna talk. Hey, Unity North, we're gonna get going here in a little bit, but we have a couple people that are gonna say hi. So we have Dawn Gowing here. You know, she's the matriarch of Unity North, so she's gonna say something about whatever she feels like. It's the ministry
Welcome
of
to
Dawn Gowing.
Unity, and this is the best part of it. Being in the woods with all our friends, with beautiful music, and we love you all.
Thank you, Dawn. And I just saw Crystal Turnblom. You're in Utah, aren't you? And she tuned in. So we're really happy to virtually see everybody. We're going to take a walk over.
Once again, everybody, the labyrinth
There's
is
Richard.
right behind us over here. If you want to walk the labyrinth or walk in the garden, it's beautiful paths through the forest over there. Please feel free. We might start just a little bit early tonight. We're supposed to start the meditation at 7:30, but I think everyone who's coming is pretty much here. So those of you who would like to be a little closer, please bring your chairs just a little bit closer to where the sound is and make sure that everybody can hear.
Hey, some of you haven't seen, we have a beautiful labyrinth. We're going to take you down to our labyrinth if we have a little bit of time. If you haven't checked out our labyrinth, our blog, we just did a blog on the labyrinth, and Debbie Raduca heads that up. And so I encourage you to go to unitynorth.org and read unitynorth.org and read the blog, because it gives you all kinds of information about the sacredness of how the labyrinth came into being, the people that helped create it, the people that everybody say hi. Come on through. Come on through. Oh, here Debbie's right here. I'm not gonna put her on the spot, but we're gonna go see. We're gonna see the labyrinth here. So I invite you to check out her blog on unitynorth.org, and we have a new addition to our labyrinth.
This is our new rose quartz stone, which is the universal stone of love. So when you enter the labyrinth, a lot of people like to touch it just to bring themselves into their heart. And then on the way out, they touch it again to remind them that love is the greatest gift of all.
Absolutely, and that was a gift to us.
It was gifted to the labyrinth, yes.
And I loved your blog. Can you remind me, when was the labyrinth created? It's been...
The labyrinth was created about 9 years ago, and the design is an off design. And we have on this side, we have the Cherokee dogwood, pink dogwood, which is a symbol of peace. And on the other side, we have the Japanese maple, which is a symbol of home. And in Japan, they refer to it as Kito. So when you enter, you also have the plants that are working with you.
And we are so lucky to have you and to have this labyrinth. I come here a lot of the times when I'm on campus, and until I read your blog, I didn't know how much symbolism and how much went into the placement of it. It's amazing. And this added piece here, I can already feel the energy off of it.
I had one person that said that the stone represented the Alpha and the Omega.
Wow. I don't want to interrupt the people that are sacredly walking the labyrinth, so if they're done, we may take a gander in. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy you watching them. So take a deep breath. Pretend you're here with us. You know, there's really no distance when it comes to consciousness and energy. So as you hear the music, we'll just bask in the beauty of nature.
You don't know when, like,
Thank you, Debbie. So we still have a few minutes left, so we're going to head to the organic garden. This is a really unique opportunity to look at our campus. For those of you that may be joining us for the first time, we just have a beautiful campus here. So follow me and we'll head over to the garden. Getting used to walking backwards as we do these videos. We'll stop by our pet memorial garden as well. Will Hodge. We all know Will Hodge, our musician. Lester over here. Dave and Mraz, they're here. Our ambassadors. We know our fur babies are such important parts of our lives. They are our family. So we have this awesome pet memorial garden. And so I believe Debbie Raduca also does the rocks. And so people can come, place a rock for their fur baby and honor them in that way. And quarterly, we have a pet service, I believe quarterly, where we have a service for the pets and their owners. Really more for the owners, but the dogs do enjoy it. So we're gonna head back to the organic garden, and I wish I saw Jay Schofield, because I would have him give us a brief tour. I see him. Let's go this way. Hey Jay Schofield, I'm putting you on the spot, but we are live. You want to tell us a little bit about the garden? Look who I found. It's Jay Schofield. If you can show us around, we might have new people. A quick tour. So we have an organic garden. Jay Schofield is one of the pioneers of it. And he's going to tell you a little bit about what we've got going on here. So if we want to walk over.
Yeah, come on, follow me. So this whole back parking lot is technically the garden. This is an organic vegetable garden. So we've got flower garden over here, flower garden in the middle, and then of course the labyrinth on that side. So this whole parking area back here and the woods behind the garden is sacred and holy grounds. It's a nature preserve. We've actually got a wildlife habitat, certified wildlife habitat designation for this space back here. This garden's 10 years old. It's now winding down its 10th year, but it's a year-round garden. This is still the summer vegetables that are doing their things. Lots of peppers and squash and beans and peas, okra, basil, etc. A lot of these things are winding down, and we'll be planting our fall garden probably in the next week or two.
And if people want to help, and I know you guys are out here a couple times a week.
We are.
They get in touch with you if they want to come till the soil.
Yeah, so we have a sign up in the spring.
Okay.
And it's a commitment of time and a little bit of money to cover the cost of running the garden.
Okay.
But it's not much, but it's mostly a commitment to time. 2 hours a week is what we expect.
Okay.
We don't hold anybody to that. We're not taking roll call or anything, but
Right.
to keep a garden like this running, it takes a dedicated group.
Absolutely.
So that's what we do. But you know, we've got a picnic area over here. This is fun. This is open to anybody all the time. That's our new shed. We hand built that shed last year.
Wow.
And that's kind of our ratcheted up our storage capabilities.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, and just what else
We're
can I tell you?
we're getting ready for fall then.
Well, we are. We're still totally enjoying what's going on now. This is basil plants here. This is my favorite pepper. This is a poblano pepper.
Oh, look at those.
Look at these things. Have y'all never had these before?
I have.
Oh, these are spectacular. So these are poblanos. Tomatoes.
Bamboo?
No. That's
Not bamboo?
it's like dill, like
Oh.
rosemary there. This is okra. This plant is one of my favorite vegetables in the summer. We can grow it like crazy here. It's very prolific. It puts off those little pods at the top, right next to little flowers. And that's an okra patch. That's cucumbers there. These are green beans.
Wow.
Cherry tomatoes. These are field peas, red field peas. More okra there. We got eggplant growing there. Tomatoes here. Some more peppers there. Cherry tomatoes. Some more peas. And this is our prize fig tree in the back.
My goodness.
Yeah, this fig tree is spectacular. We planted it about 4 years ago. And it was just a little baby plant when we put it in the ground. Yeah, some of these figs need to come off.
I wish you guys could smell the smell of all the herbs. Jay, I think they're about to get started over there, but I want to thank you for
You're welcome.
showing us around. If you're new to Unity North, this is an amazing feat. We honor Mother Earth here quite significantly, and so we invite you to stop by, and thank you, Jay.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Enjoy.
All right, I think we're about to start. So I'm going to sign off for now. I encourage you to get centered, and we're going to start with some flute music, and then move into the main meditation of the evening, which is our poetry of Rumi and Hafez.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Tonight, our intention is that what's going to happen here, first of all, is very spontaneous. I've gathered a group of wonderful friends, congregants, who are willing to play in spontaneity and to use the imagination to go where Rumi would lead us. I want to begin the evening with thanks. There have been several of us holding prayer that the rain would stay away. And I committed, I said, we're not canceling tonight. Rain or shine, we will be ruminating. We want to begin, as always, with a moment of prayer. And I invite you to bring into your heart space and into your mind right now the people of California, people of Texas and Louisiana and Florida, and anywhere in our country, in our world, that is experiencing fear or destruction of any form. But we do here this evening, we hold that it will be healing for us individually and healing for us collectively as those gathered. But let it be a time of healing for all people, that whatever they're experiencing, that the truths of the love that is spoken here go on waves, currents of our prayers, our intentions, and our souls. And so we take a moment to say thank you, Infinite Presence. Thank you, beautiful Spirit, for bringing these beautiful people here this evening. We give thanks to Mother Earth. We give thanks for the love that exists at the center of Mother Earth. And although we may not understand what's happening with our Mother, we learn to cooperate more fully with her as the cycles and the flowing of life happens, causing each of us to find a greater access to the love that we are. May there be love here this evening, and may you be loved. May I be loved, but most especially, may we be loved. And so I'm going to invite you to just get comfortable. This is going to be a meditation from top to bottom. There will be different voices reading the beautiful words of Rumi and Hafez. There will be some Sufi chanting. There will be a Sufi invocation at one point. And then the Spirit of love will lead us where we need to go. And so I'm going to ask Sonia to play a little bit of music behind the beginning. Today, like every other day, we wake up empty and frightened. Don't open the door to the study and begin reading. Take down a musical instrument and let the beauty we love be what we do. There are hundreds of ways to kneel and kiss the ground. In our world today, there are so many things happening that could leave us feeling empty or feeling afraid. We cannot and will not intellectualize ourselves out of them. But we'll find our way home through singing of the love that we are. And in doing so, like Rumi, we will find there are so many ways to kiss the ground, and so many ways to kiss the ground of our souls. Rumi's love and honor is respected here this evening. And so we begin with our first chant. I invite you to take these words and repeat after me. Thy light is in all forms. Together. Thy light. Thy love is in all beings. And for this evening, honoring our Persian brothers and sisters, the name of God will be Allah. Ooh, Allah, ooh, Allah, ooh, Allah, ooh. Together. Ooh, Allah, ooh, Allah, ooh, Allah, ooh. Take a deep breath. As you feel led, sing along. And when the poetry begins, allow each word and the depth of each word, the dimensions of each word, carefully chosen, melt into the cells of your very being, that they may be alive within us. Thy light is in all forms. Thy love is in all beings. Ooh, Allah, ooh, Allah, ooh, Allah, ooh. Please join me. Thy light is in all forms. Thy love is in all beings. Ooh, Allah, ooh, Allah, ooh, Allah, ooh. The thing about chanting is there comes a moment when it goes from us singing the chant begins to sing us. Just about the moment that your mind is tired of singing the chant is when that magic happens. Please sing with us. Thy light is in all forms. Thy love is in all beings. Ooh, Allah, ooh, Allah, ooh, Allah, ooh. Thy light is in all forms. Thy love is in all beings. Ooh, Allah, ooh, Allah, ooh, Allah, ooh. Thy light is in all forms. Thy love is in all beings. Ooh, Allah, ooh, Allah, ooh, Allah, ooh. Thy light is in all forms. Thy love is in all beings. Ooh, Allah, ooh, Allah, ooh, Allah, ooh. Thy light is in all forms. Thy love is in all beings. Ooh, Allah, ooh, Allah, ooh, Allah, ooh.
Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. Ideas, language, even the phrase, each other, doesn't make any sense. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. You have no idea how hard I have looked for a gift to bring you. Nothing seemed right. What's the point of bringing gold to a gold mine? Or water to the ocean? Everything I came up with was like taking spices to the Orient. It's no good giving my heart and my soul, because you already have these. So I've brought you a mirror. Look at yourself and remember me. It's no good giving my heart and my soul, because you already have these. So I've brought you a mirror. Look at yourself and remember me. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them all in. Be grateful. Be grateful for whatever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Each has been sent as a guide from beyond. And let us remember, raise your words, not your voice, for it is rain that grows flowers, not thunder. Raise your words, not your voice, for it is rain that grows flowers, not thunder.
Rumi's love and honor for all religious traditions was difficult for some people to understand. A Muslim dignitary once confronted Rumi before an audience, saying, "You claim to be at one with 72 religious sects." And he said, "But the Jews cannot agree with the Christians, and the Christians cannot agree with the Muslims. If they cannot agree with each other, how could you agree with them all? To this, Rumi answered, yes, you are right. I agree with you too. Non-resistance, non-combativeness, non-argument. Perhaps we can adopt the mindset of Rumi in our world today, finding that which connects us, finding agreement, as opposed to that which divides us. That's one way to kiss the ground. One day, while Rumi was in deep contemplation, surrounded by his disciples, a drunk man walked in and was shouting and stumbling. And the man staggered toward Rumi, and he fell on him. His disciples were outraged, and they rose to rush the ignorant fool. And Rumi stopped them with the raising of his hand, saying, I thought this intruder was the one who was intoxicated. But now I see it is not he, but my own students who are drunk. Perhaps another way to kiss the ground is nonviolence. Rumi taught us that we belong to each other and to never look down on anyone. Perhaps humility is another way to kiss the ground. Regardless of a station, a religion, or education, Rumi taught us to seek, to embrace, and to understand. He clearly understood that when we focus on that which divides us, it will be our demise. And when we focus upon what unites us, we will experience the face of God.
So I feel that fabulous energy of Rumi, some drunk on love with Rumi. Just take deep breaths in, deep breath out. There's a candle in your heart. Ready to be kindled. There's a void in your soul. Ready to be filled. You feel it, don't you? Can't you all just feel that oozing love of Rumi? Drunk punch drug love on Rumi. Feel the separation from the beloved. Invite him to fill you up. Embrace the fire. Remind those who tell you otherwise that love comes to you in its own accord. And the yearning for it cannot be learned in any school. And that's Rumi. There is a force within which gives you life that seek. In your body lies the priceless gem that seek. Oh, wandering soul, if you can want to find the greatest treasure, don't look outside. Look inside and seek that. Look inside and seek that. Look inside and seek that. That's Rumi. Y'all ready for a little more?
Yes.
And a lot of y'all will probably remember this, and this is the song of yearning, of feeling, of the seeking that you feel, the beseeching that you feel when there's no separation, and the longing to return from that from which you came. It's called the reed. Listen to the sound of the reed. How it wells with the pain of separation. Ever since I was taken from my reed bed, my woeful song has caused men and women to weep. I seek out those whose hearts are torn by separation, for only they understand the pain of this longing. Whosoever is taken from its homeland yearns for the day he will return, in every gathering among those who are happy or sad. I cry with that same lament. Everyone hears according to their own understanding. None have searched from the secrets within me. My secret is my lament, but an eye nor ear without light cannot know. The sound of the reed comes from fire, not wind. What use is one's life without this fire? It is the fire of love that brings the music to the reed. It is the spermin of love that gives the taste of wine, the song that the reed soothes the pain lost love. Its melody sweeps the veils of the heart. Can there be a poison so bitter or a sugar so sweet? As the song of the reed. To hear the song of the reed, everything you have ever known must be left behind. Must be left behind. That's Rumi.
Invite you to repeat after me. Let my heart reflect thy light, Lord. Together, let my heart reflect thy light, Lord. As the moon reflects the light of the sun, the moon reflects the light of the sun. In love, always in love. In love, always in love. And then the most difficult part of the song, ooh, Allah, ooh, Allah, ooh. Allah. Ooh. Let my heart reflect thy light, Lord, as the moon reflects the light of the sun. In love, always in love. Let my heart reflect thy light, Lord, as the moon reflects the light of the sun in love, always in love. Ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh, ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh. Let my heart reflect thy light, Lord, as the moon reflects the light of the sun in love, always in love. Let my heart reflect thy light, Lord, as the moon reflects the light of the sun in love, always in love. Please join me. Ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh. Ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh. Let my heart reflect thy light, Lord, as the moon reflects the light of the sun in love, always in love. Let my heart reflect thy light, Lord, as the moon reflects the light of the sun in love, always in love. Ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh. Ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh.
I've been looking for a very long, long time for this thing called love. I've ridden comets across the sky, and I've looked below and above. Then one day, I looked inside myself, and this is what I found: a golden sun residing right there, beaming forth God's light and sound.
This is a Sufi invocation from Pir al-Murshid Hazrat Inayat Khan, who brought Sufism to the West. If you know it, please say it along with me. Toward the One, the perfection of love, harmony, and beauty. The only being, united with all the illuminated souls who form the embodiment of the teacher, the spirit of guidance. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. We begin in the name of God, most merciful, compassionate. The first Rumi story I'm going to read to you, I had a book of Sufi stories and decided I'd just open it up and see what happened. And the only Rumi story in the whole book, about 200 pages, I happened to open up to that story. So I figured I should read this one tonight. 4 people were given a piece of money. The first was a Persian. He said, "I will buy with this some angur." The second was an Arab. He said, "No, because I want ena." The third was a Turk. And he said, "I do not want ena, I want uzum." The fourth was a Greek. And he said, "I want stafili." Because they did not know what lay behind the names of things, these 4 started to fight. They had information, but no knowledge. One man of wisdom present could have reconciled them all, saying, "I can fulfill the needs of all of you with one and the same piece of money. If you honestly give me your trust, your 1 coin will become as 4, and 4 at odds will become united." Such a man would know that each in his own language wanted the same thing: grapes.
Be helpless and dumbfounded, unable to say yes or no. I'm going to repeat that, just in case you didn't quite catch that. Be helpless and dumbfounded, unable to say yes or no. Then a stretcher will come from grace to gather us up. We are too dull-eyed to see the beauty. If we say, yes, we can, we'll be lying. If we say, no, we don't see it, that no will behead us and shut tight our window into spirit. So, let us not be sure of anything besides ourselves, and only that, so that miraculous beings come running to help. Crazed, lying in a zero circle, mute, we will be saying finally, with tremendous eloquence, "Lead us," when we've totally surrendered to that beauty, will become a mighty kindness.
This is from a Rumi poem, Moving Water. When you do things from your soul, you feel a river moving within you, a joy. When you do things from your soul, you feel a river moving within you, a joy. When you do things from your soul, you feel a river moving within you, a joy.
Come, come, whoever you are, even though you've broken your vows 1,000 times again. Come, come. Come, come, whoever you are, even though you've broken your vows 1,000 times. Come, come again. Come, come, whoever you are, even though you've broken your vows 1,000 times. Come, come again. Love is love, oh Allah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Ya Allah. Come, come, wherever you are, even though you've broken your vows 1,000 times. Come, come again. Come, come, wherever you are, even though you've broken your vows 1,000 times. Come, come again. Ya Leilana Ru'Allah, La ilaha illallah. Ya Leilana Ru'Allah, La ilaha illallah. Ya Allah. Come, come, wherever you are, even though you've broken your vows 1,000 times. Come, come again. Come, come, wherever you are, even though you've broken your vows 1,000 times. Come, come again. Ya Mevlana Ru'Allah, La ilaha illallah. Ya Mevlana Ru'Allah, La ilaha illallah. Ya Allah. Come, come, whoever you are.
So I would like to share some poetry by Hafez, one of my favorites. And is Edie here? You could do some flute. No. At any time. I can see angels sitting on your ears, polishing trumpets, replacing strings, stretching new skins on the drums, and gathering wood for the evening's fire. They danced last night, but you did not hear them. The sky is a
suspended blue ocean. The stars are the fish that swim. The planets are the white whales I sometimes hitch a ride on. And the sun and all light have forever fused themselves into my heart and upon my skin. Even after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, "You owe me." Look what happens with a love like that. It lights the whole sky. What is the difference between your experience of existence and that of a saint? The saint knows that the spiritual path is a sublime chess game with God, and that the beloved has just made a fantastic move. That the saint is now continually tripping over joy and bursting out in laughter and saying, "I surrender." Whereas, my dear, I'm afraid you still think you have 1,000 serious moves. The small woman builds cages for everyone she knows, while the sage, who has to duck her head when the moon is low, keeps dropping keys all night long for the beautiful, rowdy prisoners. I wish I could show you, when you are lonely or in darkness, the astonishing light of your own being.
This is how I would die into the love I have for you. This is how I would die into the love I have for you. Life is a soft cloud dissolved in sunlight. Life is a pieces of clouds dissolve inside light. La ha hi la la, la la ha hi la la, la ha hi la la, la ha hi la la. This is how I would die into the love I have for you. This is how I would die into the love I have for you. Like pieces of clouds dissolve in sunlight, like pieces of cloud dissolve in sunlight.
A religious scholar once embarked on a boat. Turning to the boatman with a self-satisfied air, he asked him, "Have you ever studied grammar?" "No," replied the boatman. And the scholar replied, "Then half your life has gone to waste." The boatman felt depressed, but did not answer. Later on, the wind began to toss the boat into a tumultuous whirlpool. And the boatman shouted to the religious scholar, "Do you know how to swim?" "No," he replied. In that case, the boatman remarked, "The whole of your life has gone to waste, for the boat is about to sink." Rumi challenged intellectual arrogance, and he taught us to allow love to be the dominant energy of our lives. Perhaps this evening, each of us can make a vow and a pledge that no matter what is showing up in our field, in our world, to be a greater expression of the vast miracle that is love. And then maybe, just maybe, as it appears that boats begin to sink, that we will have the capacity within us to keep our head above the water in love. We end with just a few more just short poems of love from Rumi that Michael will read, and then one more from Hafiz, and we will close the evening with the final chant.
My heart is burning with the joy of the unknown. My heart is expanding 1,000-fold. Every cell taking wings, flies around the world. All seek separately the many faces of the beloved. How shall a man know God? Not by senses, for he is immaterial. Not by intellect, For he is unthinkable, not by philosophy, for it sees double, but rather through the window of the soul, where he succeeds in self-purification through prayers, service, and godly living. A strange passion moving in my head. My heart has become a bird which searches in the sky. Every part of me goes in different directions. Is it really so that the one I love is everywhere? You only live once. If you don't go for your dreams, how will you live today with passion? In your light, I learn to love. In your light, I learn to love. In your beauty, how to make poems. In your beauty, how to make poems. You dance inside my chest. You dance inside my chest where no one sees you, but sometimes I do. And that sight becomes this art.
It happens all the time in heaven. And someday it will begin to happen again on earth. That men and women who are married, and men who are lovers, and women who give each other light, often will get down on their knees and while so tenderly holding their lover's hand, with tears in their eyes, will sincerely speak, saying, "My dear, how can I be more loving towards you? How can I be more kind?"
And so as we conclude our evening, let those questions be on our heart. How can I be more loving to you? How can I be more kind to you? And that is not just to the people that we understand. That is to all people. And most especially those that we do not understand. Our final chant, and I invite you to stand, if you are able to sing this one with us, to repeat after me. Ishq Allah mabud lillah. Ishq Allah mabud lillah. Allah ya Jamil. Allah ya Jamil. And so these words simply mean God is the beloved. God is the lover. God is love. Very much to last Sunday's message, to consider for a moment that when you meet anybody and everybody, it is the presence of God, beholding the presence of God, exchanging the essence of God. Ishq Allah mabud lillah. Allah ya Jamil. You'll catch it. We'll do it a couple times. I want to give thanks before we conclude with this chant. PJ and Rihanna of Afadari, who provided the food, that it seemed to be very good tonight. I don't know if they're still here, but those people also, their entire family, provided with Unity North food for 220 people that were going to go hungry tonight without it. So love was already in the parking lot before you came. It was expanded when you came. Thanks to Will Hodge for coming and playing a little guitar and setting up the sound equipment so you could hear us. I want to give thanks to all the people who were reading, April and Greg and Michael, Sonia and Mo and Edie. Beautiful friends. Thanks to Wes, who is making sure that we're connecting with people all over the world right now. And so, place your hand upon your heart. God is the lover. God is the beloved. God is love. Ishkala mabud lela. Ishkala mabud lela. Again. Ishkala mabud lela. Ishkala mabud lela. Allah ya Jamil. Allah ya Jamil. Allah ya Jamil. Allah Ishkala Ishkala mabud lela. Ishkala mabud lela. Ishkala mabud lela. Ishkala mabud lela. Allah ya Jamil. Allah ya Jamil. Some more thank yous to Al and Jay and David, who ran the parking lot to get us all back here. Al, who set up the tent just in case it rained. Looks like more love's about to drop in. As you go your separate ways, please go in safety. Know that we will be back together very, very soon. We're shooting for October 1st, but pay attention, because there are some vigils coming up where we're going to have a chance to be together in the room and be at safe distance. So thank you all for being here. Hold the love for California, for Texas, for Louisiana, for Florida, and for anywhere in the world that they need to remember that they are loved. God bless every one of you. Namaste. Brandy will be, if this had meaning to you and you would like to make an offering, Brandy will be on the way out with a basket to receive your generous donations. Or you can go online and text to give at 73256, Unity North, and the amount you'd like to give. 73256, or see Brandy on the way out. Thanks again.
Thank you for being here. I thought you were chanting and you were yawning. I did. Both. Good job, girl. Thank you.
No, Richard wants to say bye.